Hello everyone, welcome to Graphic Designers Workshop. Let us see how to use brushstroke reflections to create beautiful designs in Illustrator. So let us start. Let us first create an A3 size document. So here I am selecting A3 and I am selecting the orientation as landscape, and then we will give our document the name designs and we will create the document. Right. So once the document is created, now we will open the brushes panel. So where you can find brushes panel, we have to go to Windows menu and then open the brushes panel. You can also use the keyboard shortcut F5. Right. So once the brushes panel is open, just on your left side we can find the brush tool. So we'll select the brush tool, and if you just paint, see, we can paint some strokes. So these are the default strokes. So we will be creating our own stroke. Right. To create our own stroke, first what we'll do is we will double click on this brush tool. So if you double click on this brush tool, you'll be opening this paint brush tool options. So in this paint brush tool options, we can increase the fidelity. Actually, the fidelity has to be smooth. So what is the difference between smooth and accurate? First we will see. Let me reduce the fidelity value and make it accurate, and just click OK. And if we try to create a brush stroke, and then if you release your mouse, the brush stroke appears exactly the way you have created it, you have painted it. You can see a lot of jerks. It is not smooth. So we will use the option smooth, and then we will paint exactly the same stroke, and now we will see how our stroke appears. Now the moment you release your mouse, see, it is very smooth. The moment you release your mouse, like an elastic rubber, it transforms into a smooth stroke. So that is the use of smooth. So we will keep the option as smooth. Right. Now we will start creating the strokes. So I will be selecting an ellipse, and we'll give pure black color to it, and then just select the right side point and then drag it, and also we can drag it even further, so something like this. Right. Then what we'll do is we will just remove the bottom point, this one. So simply select that point, and then here we can find the remove selected anchor points. Just click on that. Right. So now we'll just change the shape a little bit. So just drag this point, and we'll also just move the handle for the bottom point. The shape should be something like this. Right. And we'll make the right corner point sharp. So just click on this, convert selected anchor points to corner. See? So our shape should look something like this. something like this. So now all we have to do is select the brush stroke and just drag it inside this brushes panel. The moment you drag inside the brushes panel, new brush dialog appears. We will select art brush here. So once you selected the art brush, just click OK. And we can give some name to our brush. First design stroke, right? And then we'll simply click OK. So we can see we have created a brush stroke here. We will test the brush stroke. Let us see how it appears. So I will select the brush tool, paint brush tool, and then with the brush, with our custom brush active, we will try to create the stroke. So we can see here. And we can also reduce the size of our brush stroke. Here the stroke has 1 point and we can keep it to some 0.25. Now we can see. So this is our brush stroke. So we can see we can create some nice designs. So something like this. So just right. So this is how we can create our own brush stroke. So just I'm going back. So now we are once again back to our brush stroke actually. So what I will do is I will take a duplicate of this and I will flip it. Just use the reflect option. Right. Now we will just drag it inside this brushes panel. So again we will use the art brush and simply click OK. And we will just give it a name, second brush design stroke. Just click OK. Right. Then we will create one more brush stroke. So simply select the ellipse and what we'll do is this time we will simply drag this right side point and also the left side point, and we will make the right and left points sharp. So I will just select the left point and then click on this convert selected anchor points to corner, and also I will do the same for the right point. Select the right point and then click convert selected anchor points to corner. That's it. And we will also make the center point a little bit wide by just dragging the handles. We'll make the center of this ellipse a little bit thick. Right. And we can make it a little bit thin. That's it. So our shape should look something like this. Right. Now what we'll do is we'll just create another custom brush stroke. Just we'll drag this into our brushes panel, and again we'll select the art brush and we'll give it a name, third brush stroke design. And that's it. And we will check how this brush stroke appears. So we can now delete this and we'll select the paint brush tool and we will paint. See, so it is a little bit thick, so we can also reduce size we'll keep it 0.5, and now we will paint. Right. We'll create one last brush stroke. So just select the ellipse, and what we'll do is we will give it a fill color. Right, then we'll just select the right point, just to drag it, and we'll make the right point sharp. Right, so something like this. Right, and what we'll do is we'll create actually two strokes, two brush strokes. So one is this, and the second one is we have duplicated the first one, and then we will flip it. So how we can flip? Simply right click, select transform, and here we have an option reflect. That's it. We have created a duplicate. We have just changed its direction. Right. So now what we'll do is we'll simply drag this brush stroke inside the brushes panel and select the art brush, and we'll give the name 5th brush stroke design, and one last brush stroke we'll create. Just drag it and select the art brush, and we'll give the name 6th brush stroke design. That's it. Right, so now we are done with the brush strokes, and now we are ready to create designs. But before that, we'll just check how these brush strokes appear. So what we'll do is we'll just paint, so we can see, and we can also reduce the size. Just we'll keep it 0.25, and now we'll see. So see here, so something like this. Right, now we are all set. Now we'll start creating designs with the brush tool. So here we can extend the size of our artboard or document by simply hitting Shift plus O. So we can just slightly increase the size of our document so that there is enough space for us to create designs. Right, so once you are done, we will now select the brush tool and start creating the designs. So I will select the first design stroke and then simply draw a design. So how I will draw is, see, simply we'll start at the center of the document, and in case we don't know what is the center of the document, so we can do one thing. We can just create one line here, and if you think the line is not straight, you can simply hold Shift and create, and then just you can click on align horizontal center. Here we have an option, align horizontal center, so the line will appear exactly to the center of the document. And make sure that you select align to artboard here. Right, so now what we can do is we can just select the paintbrush tool, and we'll select the first design stroke and then start creating designs. So I have selected the first design stroke in the brushes panel, and now let me paint a brush stroke. So simply paint near the center point. So just release the mouse, so we can see we got a design. So we will reduce the size of this brush stroke. So we'll keep it 0.25, or 0.5, right? And now what we'll do is we'll open the layers panel. In case the layers panel is not present in your screen, so what you can do is we can go to Windows, and here we can find layers. You can also use the keyboard shortcut F7, right? So once the layers panel is active, see, you can just check your layers, and to the right of your layer you can find a small circle. So you just have to click on the small circle. So what will happen is all the objects in your document, in your artboard, will be selected. Means all the objects inside this layer will be selected. Right. Now what is the next step? We have to go to Effect, and here we have Distort and Transform, and from Distort and Transform just select Transform, and the Transform Effect dialog appears. Here we can find plenty of options, but what are the options that we are interested in? So just at the bottom of this Transform Effect dialog, here you can find copies. Just put the value 1 in this field. So we want a copy, and we can also select Reflect X here. So we can see a duplicate is created, but we also need to change the center point for this object. So what we have to do is here we can change the center point. So we'll just click on this left point. So now it looks fine, and simply click OK. So now one stroke is created. Now we'll create many more strokes, and we can see the magic now. So just select the brush, paintbrush tool, and start creating the designs. See, when I'm creating on the right side, see, you can see a design on the left side. So what we'll do is we'll just change its size. See, that's it. So we can see here. So we can create some nice interesting designs. So just we can also change the brush strokes. So see here, and I will make the size of this stroke 0.25, right? So something like this. So we can see how we are getting the reflections. So even though we don't know how to create designs, see, we are creating interesting designs. Even a person who has no knowledge of creating designs can create excellent designs with this option. See here, and we will now try with some other strokes. So see here, so we can do experimentation. So see, or something like this. Right. So excellent designs we are creating. And we can try with some more strokes that we have just now created. So see here. Right. So one interesting design is created now. So we can just keep changing the strokes. We can create interesting designs. So just if you think, so you can keep changing the patterns, right? So we have created a brush stroke with the transform option. So now we'll see what we can do with these designs. First we will remove the center line. So just open the layers panel and just find the line here. So we don't need this line, so we'll delete the line, right? And now we cannot select the left side designs. The left designs are frozen. So the way to select the left designs is, we'll first select the right design and then we'll go to object menu and we'll find this expand appearance option. Just click on that. Now we are able to select the entire shape or design. So now what we'll do is, we'll make it small, something like this, and we can give it some nice color. So what we can do is, first we'll give some different color to this. See, we have given it some different color, and we'll also give some color to the background. So what we'll do is, we'll simply select the rectangle tool and we'll give a blue color to the rectangle, and we will move it behind the design. Just right click on the rectangle, select arrange and select send to back, right? So now what we'll do is, we will make it more attractive. So we will give it a special color. So where we can find special colors, so we'll go to window and we'll find swatches. So here we have swatches panel. In the swatches panel, at the bottom we can find swatches libraries menu, and in the libraries menu we'll find gradients and we'll select gems and jewels. So what we'll do is, we will apply this yellow color, or we will say this citrine color. See, we can see the change, right? We will also try some other colors. So what we'll do is, we'll go to gradients again and we'll find metals. So here in metals we can find a golden metallic colors or gradients. So we'll just select gold. So we can see, so now it's looking very awesome, right? So now what we'll do is, we will just give it a stroke. So simply give it a stroke. See, it has a stroke, but we will also give swatches or the inbuilt gradients to the stroke. So we'll just select gold here. So we have applied a golden stroke. It is not visible, so in case you increase the stroke size, it might be visible, right? And you can also experiment by giving some other color to the stroke. So now we can see, right? So now what we'll do is, we will just duplicate it by simply holding Alt and dragging, and now we will give it a pure black color to the fill, right? And we will keep it behind the design like a shadow. So simply right click, arrange and send backward, and then we can slightly nudge it or move it by using arrow keys. So we can see here, see, so now we can see. So now it looks awesome. So we'll just move the background so that we can select the entire design, and we'll group it. To group, just use Ctrl+G, right? And now what we'll do is we will take one more duplicate of this design, right? And we'll select both these designs and then we'll scale them down, right? And we'll select the bottom design and we will flip it. Simply right click, transform and reflect, and we will use the axis as horizontal. See, this is the way, right? So we'll just keep it on top and we'll move this bottom design to the bottom of the document, right? Make sure that both the designs are parallel to each other. See, so we got a very interesting design here. So now what we'll do is we will just take a line segment tool here and we'll hold shift and create a straight line. We'll also increase the size of this line just by increasing the stroke value. Let's keep it 7, right? So then what we can do is we can just take one more duplicate of this, right? Then we will expand both these lines. So just go to object and select expand. So what expand will do is it will convert the line into a normal shape. It will no longer be a stroke, right? Now we will apply the same golden metal from this swatches panel. So something like this. And we will actually select both these lines, group them, and then we'll take one more duplicate, right? So we have created a very interesting design here. So in between the two lines we can put a text. Just put a text, welcome to, we'll just type graphic designers workshop, right? So we'll increase the size of the text, right? And also we will just here we have to change to 2, right? So something like this, and we will center align the text. Oh, just a minute, we will highlight the text and we will center align the text. We'll also make the first letter W as capitals, right? And here we will put apostrophe. And also we will change the font here. So we will select Great Vibes. So just Great Vibes font. So it will be attractive actually. And we will also give it a golden metallic color. But see, to give this metallic swatch or the golden metallic swatch to the text, we have to expand the text. Simply go to object and select expand. Right, now we will give the golden metallic swatch to the text. So we can see here, right? So one last thing we'll do is we will just import a design from internet. So I have already downloaded from internet. So just let me open it. So we'll just open the design, right? So this is the design. So we'll just adjust the design properly. Right, and now what we'll do is we will just push the design behind the brushstroke designs. Just right click, arrange and send backward. We'll keep repeating this step. send backward. Don't say send to back. So right. So now what we can do is we will apply a blending mode to this design. So here we have opacity option, and just select the opacity option and we will use overlay blend mode. We can also try other blend modes such as multiply, color dodge, but overlay looks better. We can also try hard light. Right, we'll stick to overlay. Right. So it looks like some invitation card. So we'll just do one last change. We'll also just take a duplicate of this text. We'll give it pure black color, and then we'll just right click and select arrange, and we'll select send backward. We'll give our text some kind of shadow effect. That's it. Right. So now we'll export the design. So go to file, select export and select export as, and we will save on our desktop. We can select JPEG format and we will just put the name brush design and we will export. Just click OK. Right. So this is our final product. We have used our custom brushes to create these designs, these traditional designs. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do subscribe, like, share, and if you have anything to say, do comment. See you again.